earlier, getting mentally prepared to go to work on the road. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The famous We Love Houston sign just off Interstate 10. We're coming to you from the Toyota Center in the biggest city in the Lone Star State. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll GA it. Well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Ivica Zubac. Harkless is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in its shooting guard. And for the Rockets, Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's House in at the three, the small forward. Leonard attacking. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name in the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to scream down the lane, then toss it off with the thunder finish.
Beverley against Westbrook. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. And Capella sends it back. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. About a minute played so far here in the first. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And here is Capella. Outside, House. Doesn't go for him.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting. For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Right side, Westbrook. Fires the 3. Can't hit that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
Kev, I know it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
And it's Leonard missing.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Outside Westbrook. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
The Clippers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Outside, George. The tray. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
For 3, Westbrook. Westbrook missing again.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And it's Beverley missing. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Man, felt like they probably would have won if they weren't saddled with all that foul trouble. They had to piece together some makeshift lineups late in that game. That might have cost them.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And a boon it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounder. 5th best, Clint Capella.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Leonard kicks to Harkless. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And Greg Capella, who was taken near the end of the first round back in 2014 in the draft, has developed well during his time with Houston.
And Capella's game has really taken off in the last few seasons. He looks to be a double-double machine for this team for the next handful of years, and that is exactly what they need.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Outside, House. The rebound by Paul George. LA's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Stolen by Westbrook. And Harden wide open. He shoots. No good with the triple. And Los Angeles guys shooting in the early going here. Pretty dreadful, 22%. Leonard dishes to Harkless. Nifty move. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired
The
up.
NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
Kept alive, but they'll get another chance. Capella, and the rejection by Zubac. Leonard attacking. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Beverly for 3. It's good from long range.
Well, there's some confidence right now in Patrick Beverly's game. He's got the green light, and that time took a little bit of a quick opportunity and nailed it.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Count that one. Westbrook's got 7 points in the game.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
George against Harden. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Well, Paul George starting to feel real comfortable right now at the three-point line.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Outside, House sinks the three-pointer.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Pass to George. Over in the corner, Zubac. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Zubac against Harden. Fades. Offensive rebound. Outside for George. That 3 off the mark.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Westbrook passes to House. Capella against Beverly. Outside Westbrook. Houston moving it around. Harden way outside. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Los Angeles leading by 3. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Pass to George. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Harden. Passes it to Westbrook. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Westbrook, former MVP, a remarkable combo guard, and we know he does a little bit or a lot of everything.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Cephalosha comes in for Danuel House. And McLemore subbed in for James Harden.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
It's Westbrook with the drive, and it's in there. Westbrook's got 9.
More power of Westbrook shown there. Not many guys can finish through contact like that.
Clippers leading by 3. There's the pass to George. over Cephalosha. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it. He has 7.
That's a nice play by Paul George, showing a nice touch from the mid-range.
Now, here's Tucker. He had 10 points in the win against Atlanta.
Lest us not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Here's McLemore. Rebound by Harrell. LA's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Westbrook scanning the floor. Sweet little floater.
A monster drive there by Westbrook. So explosive. Contact phases him not in the slightest.
On the wing, George. Over Cephalosha. George, no good.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
Just becoming better and better at the catch and shoot game. If Westbrook ever perfects that part of the offensive end of the floor, look out.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Just wondering, with Russell Westbrook in 3 seasons under his belt in Oklahoma City, is averaging a triple-double. What is he capable of doing in this Houston Rockets offense? And more importantly, how do Russell Westbrook and James Harden coexist?
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Capella, and it's Rivers in for P.J. Tucker. Williams from outside. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And with Westbrook and his usage rates, it was once over 40%. But Brett, that has dropped in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it might drop a little bit more here, Kevin, with James Harden being Russell Westbrook's teammate. You just wonder how much stylistically it's going to change. This offense has always been about the three-point attack, and that's not a strong suit of Russell Westbrook's. However, the havoc he creates, that works just about anywhere. Not a shot the coaches are going to draw up often for him, and he makes it with the defense closing in.
Pass to McLemore. Another miss by Houston. For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against the Hawks. Throws it up high. Chandler with the defensive effort.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Man, he's covered by Westbrook. Williams against Rivers. It's rebounded by Houston. Intercepted. Now here's Harkless. He's guarded by Rivers. Now Williams coming off a solid outing against Washington. 6 on the shot clock. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell.
Looking now at some numbers from Montrezl Harrell. A very nice season for him last year. 5th in field goal percentage, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Here's Williams. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
When we talk about Lou Williams being one of those herky-jerky players, unpredictable at how he's going to score, but he will score. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Here's Rivers. Can't connect from short range, but they recover it. With some arc and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Lou Williams.
Well, he does not lack for confidence, does Austin Rivers. He plays with a huge chip on his shoulder.
He hits the second from the line. 17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Westbrook against Williams. Stolen by Westbrook. Up in time. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Houston Rockets. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We come back right after this. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
We've got Rivers. Cephalosha is out there with Chandler. Then it's McLemore. And it's Westbrook in at the two-guard spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Yep, it counts. Westbrook's got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Man passes to Williams. From deep, Green breaking loose. Williams can't hit. Rockets leading by 4. Down low. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Rivers. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Tremendous amount of excitement around the Clippers right now, and why not? 2 elite players that can play both sides of the floor. They were already talented and scrappy. You just wonder if this group, with some of the additions and subtractions, can come together in the same way that last year's group showed the type of cohesion that a team that wants to perform at elite levels needs to do.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. And Brent, over the last few years, the Clippers have had to replace true stars.
Pretty amazing with Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin not being in Clipper uniforms, how the organization has turned it around in such a short span to have the opportunity that it has in front of them now to go further than what those 3 guys provided for so many years in Los Angeles.
Daniel House has checked in for the Rockets. James Harden comes in for Austin Rivers. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Williams. Here's Harrell over Chandler.
Chandler out there still hustling as a vet. Gotta like to see that, especially on the defensive end where he likes to shut you down.
Cephalosha has the open look, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And it's a 12-point Rocket lead. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. Cephalosha with the steal. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Harden kicks to Westbrook. Harden trying to get open. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, hard to believe that Russell Westbrook has now gone 3 consecutive seasons averaging a triple-double.
Remember, Kevin, just how much we were flipping out about the possibility of somebody doing this again since Oscar Robertson, and now Russell doing it 3 straight years. It's just a mind blow.
Here's Harrell. They need this one. Chandler with the block.
That's what he does, Tyson Chandler, redirecting that one.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And here's Harden for 3. Another shot. And the rejection by Harrell. Here's Leonard. Makes it off the glass. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, with his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Here's Harden. And that one drops for him. And the Rockets lead by 14.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And that one's good. Beverly.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
Outside Westbrook. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got 5 rebounds tonight. Leonard attacking, and it's good for 2. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Rockets leading by 10. Outside Westbrook. Lobbed up there for Chandler. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Tyson Chandler getting up. Isn't he tall enough? Wow.
To the middle. There's the steal. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Leonard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And even though he's been nagged by injury for a few years, Brent, Kawhi is still a top 2A threat when he's healthy.
Well, the fact that Kawhi Leonard could move on from San Antonio, get to that Toronto team that needed just an extra push to do something in the Eastern Conference, especially with the absence of LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard absolutely dominated last year's playoffs and took Toronto to a championship. And now, for the first time, he's had the choice to continue his career somewhere. He's going to do that back home in Los Angeles for the Clippers.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Harden scanning the floor. Kicks to Westbrook. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. But when it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Rewind.
Can we delete that?
Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubats has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Rockets leading by 9. Outside Westbrook. Over Beverly. The Rockets again can't hit.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
Talk about versatility on offense a lot, but how about on defense? And he takes pride in making an impact down there.
And Houston calls their first timeout of the game.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Houston making a switch. Rivers checked in.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Last season, he played outstanding. Put up about 28 points a game, 8 rebounds, and just over 2 steals. And he led the charge when it came to scoring, led the team.
Yeah, he shot the lights out all year long from a variety of spots on the floor of that versatility.
Harden against George. Here is House. Pass to Capella. Shot clock at 6. And a deep 3 from Harden. The long distance 3 is buried. Harden's got 7 points here in this quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Here's George. What a jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right? Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
George against Harden. And the rejection by Zubats. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Steady strides in Kawhi Leonard being more and more comfortable as the go-to scorer for this team.
Harden the pass to Tucker. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Houston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Harden the pass to House. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For Houston, they have been 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Folks, that's 50%. Not great work there. McLemore's checked in for the Rockets. The Clippers also making some changes. Reese Harkless comes in for Harrell, and it's Williams in for Kawhi Leonard. Passes to Zubats. On the wing, Williams, guarded by McLemore. Now the pass to Beverly. Clock at 6. And Capella sends it back. Here's House. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Zubats kicks to Beverly. Outside, George shoots over Tucker. George, no good. Rockets leading by 6. 1:32 left in the first half of basketball. Rivers surveying the D. And the rejection by Zubats. Right side, Williams. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:16 left now here in the second. Zubats the pass to George. Count it. George has got 13 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Pass to House. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding a trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first half. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Pass to Beverly. 24 seconds left in the first half. Here's George. Capella trying to free himself up. Got it, and the Houston lead has been cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from George.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it. And just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Rivers with it. Over Beverly. And no good on the last second attempt this time.
I think Patrick Beverly loves the challenge every night to shut down his man. Takes great pride on the defensive end.
Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Houston. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He ended up with 33 points, 3 steals, and 5 rebounds. Kenny, what you think about the Rockets?
Efficiency. I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to high.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Ivica Zubats. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point guard.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And George kicks to Leonard from downtown. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Harden against George. Here's the 3. offensive rebound. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Passes it to Zubac. To the inside. Leonard draws the double. Dishes it to Beverly. Westbrook with the block.
There is no question that Russell is one of the top 10 athletes we have in the league. On full display there.
He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Clippers moving the ball around. Harkless, a three-pointer off the mark.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming, Kevin.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Houston leading by 5. Here's Westbrook, and it's sent back by Leonard.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Danuel House. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Tucker. Sinks the triple.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Stolen by Westbrook. Here we go, one-on-one. And finished off by Westbrook.
Like rocket fuel there, so explosive. Westbrook's a one-man wrecking crew.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Rockets have really struggled at the line in this one, well under 50% so far.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Brent, you played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that city love the NBA?
The Seattle fans are incredible and
knowledgeable.
Yes, and how much longer do we have to keep talking about how we want a team in Seattle?
One of the great cities in this country.
A fantastic place to play, to live, and the city is starved to get the Sonics back up there in the green and gold.
And they'll support them.
Oh, there's no question about it. So the time is ticking, and everybody's excited about the opportunity in the near future for the team to return.
And it's denied.
Well, when it comes to Thabo Sefolosha, it's defense personified. Exceptional block there.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And again, the Clippers turn it over. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. Russell Westbrook, #1.
And it was the kind of season that he'd like to repeat over and over. Nobody was better at creating easy baskets for their teammates.
Harden kicks it to Tucker. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers trail by 12. It's stolen by Capella. Westbrook against George. Capella trying to free himself up. Westbrook, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And here's Westbrook. He's got 39. Fires from deep. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Westbrook's got 42 in the game.
And he is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
And finished off by Leonard.
There's no way he even felt that contact. That's what makes Leonard so tough to defend on the dribble drive.
Outside Westbrook. Lob pass to Capella. An emphatic LU jam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Leonard with the steal. Rebounded by Cephalosha. Rockets leading by 11. Harden, no good.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
The pass to Cephalosha. Here's Capella. Kicks it out to Harden. Pass to Cephalosha. Just 5 on the clock. The three. They get the rebound. Here's Capella, and they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
And not a single point in the first quarter, but he's found his game, and you can tell he's got a bit of his swagger back.
And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Chandler comes in for P.J. Tucker, and McLemore subbed in for Russell Westbrook. The Clippers also making some changes. Harrell comes in for Maurice Harkless, and it's Williams in for Paul George. Pass to Cephalosha. This one for three. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Passes it to McLemore. Chandler outside. Now here is Cephalosha. Chandler the pass to McLemore. And here's Harden for three, but they get it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Chandler, they get a hand on it. And there's the pass to Cephalosha. Drills the three-pointer. Cephalosha's got his third basket of the night right there.
And guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here.
There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. Wow, he was up there, Kevin. It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Pass to McLemore. Pass to Chandler. Here's Cephalosha. Over Harrell. And again, the Rockets good for two.
And you don't want any player in the league to square up like Cephalosha did there, because that's well within his range.
Here's Leonard, and Capella sends it back.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Harden the pass to Chandler. Shoots over Leonard. They get it back. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got 14.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Now here's Williams. He's guarded closely. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Clint Capella.
And what sets Lou Williams apart right now is his confidence. This guy is a gunner who comes in and believes that he's going to score. He often does.
Rivers, he's checked in for Houston. Out to the right wing. Now here's McLemore outside. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Rockets lead by 16.
You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Here's man, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford. There's been nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside, where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league, and he's doing this with such great impact and, thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded for it.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
The Clippers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. The first one falls.
Well, there's a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him, just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive schemes.
Rivers against Beverly, back to Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Well, maybe not a true point guard, but Austin Rivers is becoming more cognizant of keeping his teammates involved in the action.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Rivers kicks to Capella. To the paint. There's McLemore. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. McLemore's got 5 points now this quarter.
Now, say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. 1:22 left in the third. Houston leading by 13. Now Harden. He's got 13, and it's good, 2 points. Harden's got 15 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Leonard draws the double. Over in the corner, Beverly. Over Rivers. Zubac finds Beverly. Left side, Williams. Stolen by Harden. And even 3-on-3 break. Pass to House. And here's Rivers. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The Rockets making a switch here. Tucker's checked in. Clippers trail by 15. Here's Williams. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Out to the right wing. Now here's McLemore outside. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Here's Leonard. Just 3 on the clock, and it's blocked. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. George, that's a two-pointer, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Rockets lead by 15. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Then it's Ben McLemore. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the power forward position. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Westbrook against Beverley. That one good for 2. Westbrook's got 44.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Beverley dishes to Harrell. To the inside, George. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
Beverley against Westbrook. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
About Montrezl Harrell and the type of energy and effort that he brought last year to this team to help solidify, I guess, most of the culture piece of what Steve Ballmer wants this franchise to be about. That's playing hard, playing with energy, and having some enthusiasm for the competition. Montrezl Harrell wraps all those things up pretty nicely in the way he plays.
Inside, and it's George finishing it off.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
And Montrezl Harrell, Brent, beloved in the locker room.
Well, he's beloved because every night when you go out on the floor with him, you know what you're going to get. A guy who is incredibly competitive, passionate, knows his role, and plays with a physical presence that he doesn't shy away from anybody that's on the floor. That's infectious.
Outside Westbrook. Here's Tucker. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 5 assists tonight.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game. And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Launches a 3, lets it go from deep. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got 6 rebounds in the game. That's tipped. Westbrook with it. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is great when Westbrook starts to dictate the tempo of the game. This time he's doing it with the pass, setting up a teammate.
And here's George. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Harden against George. To the middle, here's House. And yes, it's good. And the Rockets lead by 16.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
The feed to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, because he scores so often, Williams draws defensive attention. Coaches change some coverages, which in turn open up some passing opportunities.
George against Harden. Over George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And really on top of all else Harden does for you at this end, he's a tremendous free throw shooter, around 85% for his career. Clutch. Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep, really impossible to guard.
Beverly against Westbrook. Beverly, the pass to Harkless. He feeds it to George. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Capella. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate and really frustrate defenses, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Beverly against Westbrook. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through that.
Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Harden against Williams. Good work defensively by Harden. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
Harkless kicks to George. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here is House, defended by Harkless. Here's Westbrook, sinks it from just inside the baseline. Westbrook's got 49 points in the game.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
It's stolen by Capella. Oh, and here comes House all alone. And it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Now here's Williams. There's the pass to Harrell. Back to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George, that's a 2-pointer. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Tucker with the second effort. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. Leonard, he's checked in for Williams.
Now into the lineup. Kawhi Leonard.
Here is House, defended by Harkless. Keeps it alive, and it's put back up and in by Capella. Capella's got 6 here in this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Up top, Leonard over House. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. 45 points for Leonard.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Here's Harden. Yep, that one goes in there.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And the Clippers have possession. Now Beverly. He kicks to Harkless. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Here is House. 5 on the clock. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard's got the ball. Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's Westbrook. He can't get that one to fall. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Leonard against Westbrook. Pass to Harrell. Back to Leonard. Harkless the pass to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The shot by Harkless no good.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough. Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Leonard finds Beverly. And that one's good. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
Hard to deny Leonard when he gets in that close to the rim. Too many ways for him to get creative to score.
Harden with it. Pass to House. Jacks up a 3. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 5th assist in this one. And the Clippers call time here. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Down low, here's Kabengele, and Capella sends it back. And here's Frazier. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Clemens. And it's Kabengele with the rebound. And Los Angeles guys shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Passes it to Robinson. Now the pass to Mann. Now here's Patterson. Pass to Mann from deep. Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Houston.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Russell Westbrook.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Houston's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Clemens. Walton defending. Here's Clemens. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That free throw missing. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Capella. So he can't get either to fall. No good from Clark.
Well, the D's so tight on him and makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
The kick out to Walton. The offensive rebound. To stop the drought, he squares up and sinks it. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Houston taking the W here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Hey, James, congrats on the win. Did it feel like the chemistry really got the ball going and got you into a rhythm?
Yeah, just stuck with it. You know, teammates kept encouraging me. I think we kept moving the ball and getting easy shots. They did a great job of looking for me.
You're an easy man to find with the beer, James. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.